Welcome to the Growth Experts Podcast. I'm your host, Derek Colin. In today's episode, we have Kathleen. She is the CEO and founder of Naviga Recruiting. Thank you for joining us today. How you doing, Kathleen?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me. We matched today.
Yeah, we do. You're talking about the blue, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So can you share a bit about your background and your role and how it fits into the bigger picture at Naviga?
Sure. So I'm the CEO and founder. My entire background's in talent acquisition, started in tech, really the .com kind of era, and worked my way up in corporate talent acquisition leadership. And I've been running Naviga for 23 years now.
Oh, wow. 23 years. So you have quite the extensive experience, and pretty sure you're a pillar in your community as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy. So
Cool. Awesome. So what is it when you say busy, what does a typical day look like for you when it comes to, business?
yeah, talking to my operations leaders, seeing how we're doing with production, how progress is going, and getting out there in the community in terms of events and just showing up, seeing clients here and there. I don't see them all the time, but it's a lot, it seems. So
Cool. Awesome. So what major shifts are you seeing in your industry right now, Kathleen?
yeah, there's a lot of shifts happening. I'd say our clients have a pretty big dilemma. So we do business with major clients around the world, multi-billion-dollar talent acquisition, centralized functions, and a shift is they're gridlocked with a high volume of candidates and can't get through them all due to
Yeah.
tech. So the candidate experience has completely gone to garbage. And my customers reach out to us for help because they can't sift through all that volume, and we are experiencing that too. We do a lot with tech and have implemented some pretty cool things on our career portal that
hmm
basically driving a lot more traffic and a lot more volume to us. So we're having to get smarter about weeding through things that don't make sense and get the right people in front of our customer, get the right people in front of our recruiters. That's the biggest shift, I would say, in the last year,
hmm
from my perspective.
Cool. So you're using some technology that's driving more traffic, but you're saying you need to filter certain things better. Can you kind of elaborate on the tech? What exactly is it, if you're allowed to?
Yeah, well, we publish our jobs differently. Every job that we have, like if you guys go to our website, it essentially acts like its own website, the job itself. So it's got a pretty robust search engine optimization tied to it.
hmm
And that gets to people in a higher volume, higher exposure, higher visibility way. So our job applicants that are coming in is pretty astounding, the amount of. That's what we do. We recently redid our website in October. We use this tech through Haley Marketing. That's the name
hmm
of the business. And they've got this back end career portal feature that we use. And it's been like night and day in terms of volume. So it's pretty crazy.
That's good. So tons of candidates coming in. Your candidate pool is never down. It's always up. Yeah.
No, it's always up. So now we have a new issue, right, of getting that production across the line, reviewing it, filtering it out, rating it, and making sure we're not just spending all the time discerning talent that comes to us because we're a business that historically goes out, hunts, and recruits, and that's our mechanism, right? And we still do that, but now that we
Yeah.
have this other way of talent to come to us, we hate the distraction. We really do. So
Gotcha.
but this is what my colleagues in corporate talent acquisition are going through every day, and it kind
Yeah.
of stinks.
So do you do any cross promotion with any other firms in terms of the talent? If it's kind of, you guys getting too much coming in and seems somewhat of a burden, are you outsourcing that talent to other firms or referrals or
No,
no? Okay.
no, we're not. That talent is sitting with us, and we're not
hmm
doing anything right now to market that talent. Our number one mission is make sure our customers are happy with the searches that are coming into us because they're very high level searches. We're a retained search firm. So
hmm
that's our number one focus.
Gotcha. And in terms of retain, what type of C-suite executives do you place, and can you talk about the industry?
Oh, for sure. Like, so if you think of anybody on the administrative side of a business, so a sales function, marketing function, finance, operations. So anywhere from C-level VP to higher level individual contributor across those different position types. And we also do contingent workforce. So most of what we do is on perm, right? Direct hire, but we also do temp and interim chiefs to our customers to help them out when they need kind of short-term project, or, somebody in there only for 1 year while they're scaling and things like that. So,
Oh, cool, cool. So it's kind of somewhat fractional, temporary, kind of fractional. Okay, very cool.
yep.
Man, you guys, you
Mhm.
guys do, you guys do the works, huh? Full scale there.
Oh yeah, we do it. We do it, man. So.
Cool, cool. So what's working well for you right now, Kathleen, and what's been frustrating aside from, getting so much candidates that most companies would kill for?
What's doing well? Well, we get a lot of play out there. It's not just candidates coming to our business. We get a lot of attention from employers around the world. So our pipeline for business is not bleak, and I'm really grateful for it. We've got a machine over time that we've developed from a marketing standpoint that has paid off over the years, and it's going very well. We get a lot of leads. We get a lot of quality leads. We convert a lot of leads as well, as new customers, and I'm very grateful for it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So how did you come up with Naviga, in terms of navigation? Because it seems like you guys are navigating the world right now with all these leads.
It's very true. We are navigating, and even on our website, there's compass and such. Well, full transparency, when we started the business 23 years ago, it wasn't developed as an executive search firm. We were doing some search for people that I knew in the space, in the industry, that needed some help from my .com days. And then also my husband, who at the time was the partner in the infancy stage of the business, he was consulting businesses on their telecom expenditures. Long story short. So that's how we came. It's like navigating and through your business, there was a purpose behind it. So, but now it's just all recruiting. It has been pretty much for 23 years.
That's awesome. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So which metrics are you currently focused on improving right now, via passive or active?
We always want to get our lead, even though I'm proud of our leads, we want to get our leads conversion up. We want to get our existing customer base up in terms of reoccurring jobs. That's another focus for the year. We want to get our time to fill down. We want to get our submittal to hire ratio down, and we're looking at diversifying how we get the new business and tracking the effectiveness of those different categories. So we're looking at, it's great that I'm, touting our lead and our machine as it relates to marketing, but you can't be proactive and strategic that way, just relying on leads, right? So there's so many other ways to skin the cat of business development and new jobs. So we're tracking that diversification as well.
That's good. Yeah. So what would you want, an employer or an employee to know about, your value add? What would you want them to know if they were interested in doing business with you?
Well, 1 in 4 candidates get hired with our customers. We're not a high volume, shop, if you will. That's not us at all. We've built this business based on my talent acquisition perspective and understanding different departments inside companies. And in order to have an effective search and a win-win and a close on a job, you need to understand that customer. You need to understand that department. You need to understand the intricacies of that position.
Yeah.
So our process on the front end to get to that 1 in 4 is pretty dynamic. And it's a differentiator that we're told time and time again by customers. And because we can take that customer on that journey, whether you're a new customer or existing customer, to learn more, the candidate is benefiting because they know it's a solid position. We have a solid relationship, and they're having a quality experience with Naviga. So it's a different feel, it's a different vibe, it's a different experience all around for customers and candidates being exposed to Naviga. It truly is.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. So how has, speed improved the business overall? Because speed is key, right? And in terms of, getting to the client or the customer or go-to-market strategies, where do you see or where do you want Naviga to be in the next 6 to 12 months, from this year and beyond?
As far as speed goes,
Yeah. Are you guys looking to ramp up the business even more, or are you like, is there an exit strategy? What are
oh, well, we're scaling the business conservatively right now publicly. We're looking at about a 10% increase year over year on direct hire, but about 123% increase on contingent workforce. So we're aggressively scaling the CWS side of the business with temps, fractional, interim. So we're still in growth mode. I'm not looking at exit right now. I'm still very powerfully leading the organization to continuing to grow our brand around the world. I'm not ready yet. I'm not anywhere ready yet. I'm very fired. I'm very, very fired up right now to grow this business.
And when I say speed, I kind of mean like in terms of, market share, because right now there's huge shift on the AI, playground, if you will, or the landscape.
Yeah.
The AI and tech and other companies like Korn Ferry, etc. Are you guys, looking to, speed up certain processes as this tech sort of emerges? Because it just comes out every day, literally. And
100%.
Yeah.
I actually just wrote I was interviewed the other day and wrote a pretty significant content around how we're using Gemini in Google's AI, right? We use Google's business suite, and Gemini, their AI tool, is a part of that. And we were reluctant at first. I would say if you were talking to me in 2025 February, I would have said I was an observer, right, that was adapting slowly, but I wouldn't even say surely. And I went from that type of user of AI to I'm probably one of the biggest advocates of utilizing that tech in business for velocity and quality. And I'm shocking myself, quite frankly, with even saying that to you right now. So
Yeah.
I think it's one of the biggest tools since the iPhone that is impacting my business right now with speed, with some of the things that we're doing with Gemini. And this is just the beginning, because it's only going to get better. Like right now, there's so many kinks in it, and people are just, learning what to do, how to do it. And it's only going to get better literally every day. So I'm jazzed. I could talk about it all day long.
Well, what are some of the things you're using it for? More of an administrative, to help automate certain tasks? What are you using it for?
Administrative, some. I guess we could say it's all administrative, really, on what we're using it for. And I'll get more specific. Like, we use it for content. It's got to be content. Like, say, for an example, if you and I are doing this video and the transcript comes out, we would take real life stuff, not made up, and get help with creating it in our space, in our word, because Gemini knows our business, they know our language, they know all that stuff now. It's as if it's somebody else. We use it to do the same thing after client meetings to create sexy search engagement profiles. We use it to cross-reference applicants to dwindle them down to quality versus not quality, so we're not wasting our team's time, kind of like that pain point I was telling you earlier on. And we're using it also with sourcing, raw sourcing out there, and we're making sure that what's coming into my team pipeline in the applicant tracking system is not garbage. And data's not perfect, but I'll take it as it's over time. It's giving us so much time back, and on with going through the wrong people that perhaps were sourced or whatever. I think it's not bulletproof, but it's giving us what we need right now, and it's transformed the way we're doing things behind the scenes.
That's really cool. Awesome. So yeah, I guess it is speeding up a lot of things for you, and you're using it in a way to automate your workflow, or at least enhance your workflow on the administrative side to things a bit more advantageous for your workflow. So for you and your team. So
Yeah,
that's really good. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I like
yeah,
Gemini as well. Gemini is pretty good, especially with content. Yeah.
really.
So oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like if you put together a certain script, or if you use it for outreach or email outreach, it works pretty well on that end too, because I just find that the content that it pulls is better for, drawing in that audience, if you will, or your prospect. And I think it works very, very well. Yeah, but you customize it, there's, for every AI, there's a human behind it.
I know. That's such a good statement. For every AI, there's a human behind it. Like, so far they're not replacing it's not replacing a human, because I need a human on it. You know,
Yeah.
I don't see how it's going to be replacing a human in my space, in my world, and we have a lot going on in my business. So I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it just yet, but you
Yeah,
know, we'll see. We'll see.
definitely. Well, Kathleen, thank you so much for joining us on the Growth Experts Podcast. It's been a pleasure. For those of you who want to check out Kathleen, her profile is on LinkedIn. You can look her up by her business name, as well as her website. It's in the description below. So if you want to check out her website, that's navigarecruiting.com. Thank you so much, Kathleen.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Pleasure.